Hello, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us again. This is 𝗪𝗵𝘁. And I be discussing the major issues that we've handpicked for the day. And today is Friday, of course. You know, Fridays are for relationship and marriage talks. Today we are seated. I have been joined by mother and son. Mother and son. Yes, you heard me right. Mother and son. In the course of the discussion, you understand why this is a mother and son relationship. So we've been joined by Mrs. Akushie. She is a grief therapist. Last week, I wanted to know what grief therapist is. So today, we'll get to know the details of that. And of course, the very Reverend Dr. Ēbrahim Boateng. He's a lecturer at the Trinity Theological Seminary. And of course, love like... Okay. So today our topic for discussion is what should you know before saying I do? What should you put into consideration? It's all about the decision making before the I do sets in. If you haven't answered yourself, this is the time for you to think critically about the question. When it's time for you to join our conversation, you also do so and give us your answer to that. And if there's any other contribution, you add it up. Thank you so much for joining us, Ma and Reverend.
Thank you.
Ma.
Yes, yeah.
Obafeyo, it will not be boake. Ake yoji boy. Beni or decide ake when you decided to enter into a relationship and subsequently getting married. What were some of the things? I mean, your time and our time is a bit different. But what were some of the things that you put into consideration? You think that even in these our times, we can also put it into consideration, add a little bit of spice to it, and then we get there.
Thank you, Na, and good morning to all our viewers and listeners.
Good morning.
And I'm pleased to be here to discuss this with my beloved son.
Mother and son.
Okay, you yourself as a person, you should have a goal.
Okay.
Me, I made up myself that I was going to marry at age 30 because I wanted to enjoy my freedom and my single life. So first you have to know yourself.
How can you enjoy your single life?
Oh, no, it was happy. Hey, free life. No tossing, no demands, no nothing on you, no demands. Anyway, so you should know yourself and know what is your plan for yourself.
Okay.
Like I said, 30, then I plan 35, I should have finished delivering and stuff like that. So you know yourself and you find out who will help you in that decision that you have made at age 30. Some people want to marry earlier than that. So at age 30, will I get a man of my choice who will agree that he will marry at age 30? So you are looking for these people. So suitors who come around, you just sieve them. Those who don't.
Were you looking for someone your age mate?
Yeah, age mate or 2 or 3 years difference. Either.
But you didn't look for someone who was younger than you?
No. That would be sugar mommy.
Oh, Asafomaame, you were 30.
Yes.
So if you get someone at the age of 28, 29, you wouldn't like
I'll be sugar mommy in the person.
Oh, 2 years?
Yes.
Or 1 year?
Yes,
Sugar mommy.
It's smart too.
The way someone is looking at me.
Anyway, so you will settle on that person, and before that, you will know the person himself.
Okay.
Is he capable? Is he fit for purpose? Some people come around looking for marriage, but they are not marriage materials.
Hey, 100 yards.
And they are not marriage materials.
I'm going to share 1 year.
No. One, they themselves are still growing up.
Okay.
They don't understand marriage. For all they know marriage is courtship, engagement. So traditional marriage, that we call it engagement. You engage them, you go to the church, but they have not understood what marriage entails. That marriage is a lifelong thing. They have not understood it. So temporarily, they just feel like, oh, okay, my friends are marrying, so I have met this suitor too. So I will. So you look for the person who is also prepared to marry.
You mentioned maturity. Yes. Are we talking about age? Are we talking about mindset sort of maturity?
It's both.
Okay.
Some people have grown past their age. Some people have also matured more than their age. So you weigh the two. If somebody is 30, that doesn't mean the person is mature. Somebody will be 20, 25, but it's mature that that person. So no, back on body yo, no quacker, Jomo, me bello, a banya you equa, let it banya he que, that a banya you who equa, then it can be by me, a banya que. You look at this because it is not today's thing. You decide today, but it is forever.
Okay.
No, back beyond what you are saying this day.
Asafomaame, Reverend. As a man, I know you're married. I don't know how long you've been married, but I mean you have kids, so it means that you've clocked more than 5 years.
14.
So soon.
Yeah,
Let's clap for you. Let's clap for you. So the decision to even get married and the decision to stay married are two different things. Now, before you decided that, oh, I want to. What were you thinking about? What was going through your mind? What were some of the considerations you put across for yourself? And even ahead of the person you want to get married to?
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you to all the cherished viewers. Yeah, I'm ask somewhere here down there, you know, one flying your fans go make home. The kind, and it's our dear son, Mama Akano, a lifelong union. Obi a ono neighbor Bobra, Mokoni ka aishi. Ya wala be being fair, she won't know. You yourself must have some standards for yourself. Bia nipa bia mo fair mo ye no ni la yusumo. You are the first person. We cannot say that universal bia far away so. No ishi. Mo fair mo akọ ene dani ebote blame. Each individual is specific to his or her taste. There may be some factors that are common, but obia wo ankranku and dear potin bia or chance on Bakasa a way and I way. Yenteno. So the Tosumi, you can Genesis chapter 2 now, or say a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife. A man ubia send mama and ubia na dream modo. Ubia wenyin, ubia weye potone se matured. Mukuni je noni mame jale maybe anenche mukuni taflache edakeke eshikeke. Ye no koni da nko aka abonsa hwehwin monida. Abonsa ewohela son hwehwin moda. E wo that be ke bia na wona aka mo edwomomi egbele taflache enu wala hwehwin. Oti abrabo ase. That is the first one. So marriage is for matured minds. A man and a woman. Before you say I do, you yourself, you have to be a man. So I have to be a man. I have to have capacity to marry, capacity to be in a relationship, capacity to bring somebody to my life.
To be a man, now wow.
Yeah,
it can't share. What does it take to be a man?
Okay.
Maybe some man who say, what does it take to be a woman?
So as a man, you have to be psychologically matured.
Okay.
Financially matured. Psychological, emotionally matured one. Biologically matured. You have to be matured. It's like what the machines and not fair no tuning.
Okay.
Not fair no tuning. Cannot play tuning as I know what you mean.
So what if I one can hear tuning?
Oh, class land no fail at two Ghana.
Let me go be. Call no site no put it.
That's what now.
No, so financial maturity.
Okay.
Mokoni taflache uwo sika ana uwo adwuma bi a wo ye. Bona diage wa bi ake o ba no kwa yiwe kwa o mama ye je me mama da bi. Financial maturity, psychological, emotional maturity.
Well, for 14 years, why ko mama ngoda?
Oh, we could make me feel and show you more.
She didn't know ye ngoda.
We could venture even no no. Then we so we've talked about emotional maturity, psychological maturity, bodily maturity,
financial,
medical maturity, financial maturity,
spiritual maturity.
Spiritual maturity.
You have to pray for it.
Yes, and then you have to be socially matured. Akushie no yo, baby. I would take just what say answer. What can say? Me pe ubi abekame ho. Ke obote relationship, obote bla uko relationship uko awade mo do obi beka ho. It is a wontimi nhwe wo ho a. Wontimi kofa obi. To that seven and emotion. I mean, when you're meeting to my last oh, if you boy, there's more to that.
Ma, what does it take to be a woman?
To be a woman, first you should know age, maturity, and also to know that you are complement of a man. You are not complete until a man joins you. I jokingly say,
this statement, you are not complete until a man joins you. A man
because, they should understand.
Okay.
Because we're taken out of the womb, out of the bone of a man, and that's why Adam said, "This is bone of my bone and flesh." So as long as a man hasn't come, that hole is there.
Oh, wow.
So I've been jokingly saying that a woman, WOMAN, is a wonderful opening from man. So if you handle her very well, she becomes a wonderful opportunity for man. So you yourself as a woman should know that, what am I going to offer this man that is coming into my life? If you have nothing to offer him, please don't go there, because you have to build each other up and to help each other. So you should know the help you can give as a woman to the man you are going to marry. So if the person doesn't fall into your line, don't go there. Maybe the person is a drunkard, you know you cannot be with him, please don't go there. Don't say when you marry him, he will change. So you should know yourself and the help that I like you saying. All this preparation, your woman should also be doing all that. Financially especially. You should be economically capable to take care of yourself. Yes, a man should take care of, but you should also do something to help the man, because so that is it for the woman. Know that you can also build and make the man. Marriage is a make affair. It's not a break affair. Take something to make up the man so that you come together. Incidentally, I will go to Sofo, Dr. 𝗪𝗵𝘁. I was customary married 45 years now, and I was legally married 42 years ago.
45?
79. Wow. Customarily. And then 82 legally. Oh, so that is it. We have 2 marriages in Ghana.
45 and 42.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. You are.
I'm
by
sure.
the grace of God.
By grace.
Like I said, if you commit yourself.
This is beautiful. 50 years less and what for you? Thank you.
So that is it. If you should prepare that you are going into it for life. It is not a temporary thing. This thing, I know in other jurisdictions, I can't feel contract marriage. 5 years. If you don't satisfy me, you go. Watch and go. No, it isn't so. It is a lifelong thing.
Okay.
So commit yourself. Know what you are going in. If you cannot go in, please. I always say that a broken engagement or relationship is better than divorce, because divorce can be very, very direct.
Interesting. Now, to you, our viewers, what do you think you should know before saying I do? Before the marriage, there is courtship, there is relationship, getting to know the person stage and everything. What do you think you should know before you decide to finally commit? Because when you get to that stage, when you get to that door, you enter, you cannot come out. So tell us what you think that you should do or you should know by sending it on numbers 025625346. You can send us your comment and your answer to that question, and we'll be here to read it out. Now, Osofo, you've realized that a lot of people ask this question: what do you bring to the table? As a man, what should the man bring to the woman's table? Because each one of us have a table set before us. I have my table. I have things on that table. You are also coming to join me on that table. What are you adding to the table? If it is a set of food, what are you adding to complement the food that we have?
Very good. So,
first, is it a right question to ask?
Very good question.
People get offended when you ask that question. What are you bringing to the table?
You have your perspective to life.
Okay.
And like Mama and we are saying, the person coming must complement you. So what do you have?
Okay.
God asked Moses, what do you have in your hands? He said, I have a rod. You have to have something.
Okay.
That is the first thing. Then the person coming can complement that. So the table is set. There's some food on the table. What are you also coming to add to that?
Okay.
Long ago, people used to say that, oh, oba dear, ke oda mokoba kwebo. But biane, chaki. It's not just having body, biological motive. No.
And coming back, okay.
The man will ask you, who are you, like Mama said, financially, economically capable. Call Benuchumo. Don't think about lobby. Lobby is for many or nuchumo. Love is for those who are working.
Because it's expensive.
It's very, very expensive now. And on both sides.
Love is expensive.
Yes.
Unless you don't want to maintain it. If you want to maintain and sustain it, you have to.
Yes,
maintenance.
I'll come to that. The reason why we have to maintain and why we should spend money on love.
Yeah, so on the table, you yourself, you have to have something. And the woman or the man you are bringing also have a certain perspective. So you have to meet some of the perspectives halfway or all. And that is what people use the expression, what do you bring to the table? It's not just my body. It's not just, oh, I'm a man. No. But for some women who have a certain career path, a certain goal, like Mama started with, I want to do my master's. I want to do a PhD, mentor matron lecturer as a woman. That is where I want to go. You, this man coming to my life, how can you help me get there? I want to give birth to this number of children. I want to do A, B, C. This man who I call the love of my life, who I want to be my husband, how will he help me get there? And that is where we are. What does he also bring to complement the relationship, the union? Koni meneke nukweba, meneke nukweba.
Kopweba you ya.
Ye fe na chichidie nanti ensako na ensaba. Nti obema na ensa, oba na ensa na nanti no na ekwa anim. Did I walk on now? My head, my shoulder, my knees, my toe, they all belong to Jesus. And now they quite afraid, no, because question mark. Yes. The man is also coming with head, shoulder, my knees, my toe.
So the both of us can sit down.
And watch each other.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is the whole idea.
Ma.
Yes.
Sometimes you can list all these things to a man. I want to do my master's. After that, I decide to settle down and then give birth. In the process of taking care of my kids, I do my PhD because it's a long-term thing. Oh, my wabunu bafi, I worry, care or marry your bafi, and then you get married, and then all these things that you have listed are shelved on that table forever. Don't you think it's the reason why these days women would ask this question? What do you bring to the table? Okay, so what can say then we get married.
It's a union now.
Okay.
Remember, marriage is a union. So if I have told you my ideas, my aims, and my goals, come in, tell me what you can do. If you can't do anything about it, too bad. Please go. I'll look for somebody who can help me get to my goal. So please, don't rush. Don't rush and say, because you don't have to break it. Divorce is too expensive and too critical.
Divorce is expensive? Is marriage not expensive than divorce?
No. Marriage is very, very cheap if you compare it to divorce. At least marriage, you keep one home.
Okay. Okay.
You cook one food, everybody eat it. But this one, you send money there for the children, and then you too, maybe you have remarried or you are doing some side chicks somewhere.
Okay.
So you are sending money there, sending money there,
here,
which is more expensive.
Okay.
So please, let's wait and see. And I have to say this with a very, very heavy heart. The men, if you know you can't do it, please say so. Don't agree. Then 5 years down the line, yesterday I was told a story that one man said he was leaving the wife. Why? Because his former girlfriend has come round. He has wedded this one. They went to sign.
On that note, I'll ask you, is the man medically okay?
That's what I've said. That's why we were talking about psychological. Yes. You should be emotional. You grow in every facet of your life before you marry. It's not only the age. That's what I started by saying. Okay, how do you understand marriage itself? You have settled on this one. This one left you, and you have settled on this one. What I come for back to Maba. 𝗪𝗵𝘁 manager ke no ke leke nete. My boy, I won't be. Clear for 2. Now you say you are going to that old one. 𝗪𝗵𝘁. So we are working on that. So no need to jacket. Things are happening. Please, trust issues. Yeah, marriage. So if the person is not psychologically sound, he cannot stand pressures of life and stuff. Please stay away from that person. The person is not that psychologically strong and matured.
Is there a way we can create scenarios so that we can actually know what our partners would be like
in future,
should the situation happen? Because you go onto social media and you realize that people have typed a lot of things, especially when it comes to relationship. Person will tell you, oh, I intentionally told him this
so that
I'll see his reaction, and he reacted the way I didn't like, and that is the reason why I left. Can we create those scenarios?
So let's be realistic about the idea of relationship and dating. That is why we say that when we are dating, it's not a time for sexual escapades.
So which one comes first, dating or relationship? Which is it?
Irrespective of whatever, some will say relationship, both before we get to the big ship.
It's an chicken issue.
Okay.
When we have made our minds that we are preparing for marriage, then we don't bring sexual escapade, because when you start with sex, your eyes are blinded. You can't see the whole picture.
Okay.
So I come to you, instead of we sitting down like trying to raise scenarios, try to talk about issues, try to see, try to watch, all the concentration goes on sex.
Okay.
Our intimacy must be engaging from here, the intimacy of the mind. So we have to talk. So assuming now that we are married and there's no money home, what will we do? Then we talk about those things. We talk about children. We talk about planning. We talk about things. Yes, we can set scenarios. One you work like, oh, Keneba, we see a bed thing, a better share, the better talk home. One in Namna, it be a
careless scenario. Say you create it, you act it. Ni ukubana a situation ni allow answer ni banye kehabo. Should we do that?
As you move with somebody, for example, one and a co on a ba ukelemba, maybe come baba, bajipu, no one ake nekem bane, if it will be okay, menke, ukenchaya, benke A plus 1 + 1, 2 + 2, but Bonnie Athena yini. Bonnie, you were Bonnie a jelly, money kele we. Okay, ye me here poop na ya fine, beke be abanya fine ke, bona ni ke tomobukwe ba, ebe fan. Bonnie a kemon fe, be ukwe, be ukase na usunya, send you ne afofroye, send your casa will be dream, send you who afofra, and ye makoso. Now the nina to home. And she said, why do you mother hope pay me suyan or no suyame? Ye suya ye home. We are learning about ourselves. And no never boy. But say you could share
in the English term, which stage is that?
Is
it a court stage?
Kasa, you were the friendship stage.
Okay.
There were the Ibiakasa dating stage, Ibiakasa courting stage. I think Ibiakasa pro courting.
Which one is the pro courting?
I don't know, data boom, I can't cry. You're families are involved. Maybe a born and so what we are saying now, you set the scenarios. You may get reactions that are paper reactions. But when the reality sets in, paper reaction, stage one, because he has seen, acted, fake one.
Okay.
Okay, share my face, she can near share then, Jadovana can no cool. I can't cafe campaign, no, we are different. Can't win elections at time. Fair fatai. Bland when you feel campaign, come on to buy. No, quite no butu to buy. No, Calaba.
Manifesto, Kabacho.
No, me. Blind here, yes, I look at. Bring your manifestos, nice. I'm the one sitting on the table.
What's up for you?
We'll vote for now.
Now, if I can talk about you about creating scenarios, can I create scenarios? Say, Niboni Mumba reate, Obana how it can stand conflict situations.
Okay.
No call quick. The conflict situation management is below your expectation. Please, once again, back out.
Is it a red flag?
Yes, it is. The way you handle conflicts, it is a big, and even the way you even handle.
There's a red flag or papa.
Hey, 1 year we are dating. Who me for to do it?
No.
Be a no tapa. What? Let me honor.
No, it is a red flag. And once again, Osafo was talking about the sex aspect of courtship and relationship. It is not only that. We are honey. We are funny. We are clean the sea. Oh, for the can be a laundry. They are pay. I look on like I see. Like I see, but I just Saturday back a bit better by funny. No more please stay off.
What's the note?
For together. Please stay off. Courtship. You are not married yet.
Okay.
Don't let the person use you. It is exploitation. It's using you for free.
Okay.
I think after I know one market the courtship ya here and quite anymore. Na enya broken heart. No more sorry no more to nyoma. Say me Barbara.
So stay off. Stay off.
There's another school of thought that thinks that if you are not able to know your man or your woman sexually and you get married, I don't know when.
Naturally.
Don't go. We know what you are getting to.
Come on. Baby was kitty. We know
why you are landing.
Who teaches them? Nobody. Anopa, no, yeah. No. Many years kitty. I'm a theologian. I'm never trying. I'm quite trying. I won't mean 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗃. I decide 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗃.
They will call here, call by here him.
Why? Okay. When I hear this argument, and especially coming from Christian sisters, I feel, say, if you want to buy a car, you have to go to the test the car. Test drive. It will get May 4 when you 4. It will test.
Now, small. But wow, no, wow.
There's emotional dimension to sex. The guy with creation.
Yeah.
Part of you go to the person.
Okay.
And whenever you are eventually with the person you love or you are married, it have what we call backlog.
That playback.
Okay. It will be okay. A okelena no kofimo.
B
okelena no kofimo. It will be no by a C no ke C ye jeme.
No marry C
A ke B no. A flashes.
It was a counselor wabo. Premarital counseling. They come abia ke o ke moko na bole. One obi enya nkita hudi ansa. Ai no haka na ya boa.
So why you no kelema nche here?
Oh yeah, well, individual separate.
Single.
Oh, she got been a call about Jabake no ke UFA.
No, the counselor will handle the case. Or the how or be treated.
No, what if they've already told themselves their body count?
Yeah, and that's
before
a new term. Body count.
Okay, so the body count has to do with the number of men or women you had sexual intimacy
with. My God.
So
they are proud of it.
No. So your partner can ask you, what is your body count?
Now
I'm saying, I just say it is part of
and
the question
that
of knowing. I get to know you. So the question is part of the question. Should I answer that question to the man? Should I tell the man?
I would say that there are stages of discovery or exposure.
Also, on that note, what secrets can I tell my boyfriend, my soon-to-be husband?
Okay, that's where I was heading to. There are some things that they are general things we have to disclose. You have to know about your name, where you stay, where you've grown up. Those things I can know.
Okay.
Because we are not married. I've met you at the restaurant. We are going out. Oh, hello. Oh, my name is this. I work here. Those basic things I can disclose that. But if it's in the context of marriage, we are married, then I think that there is a total, complete exposure.
Complete exposure?
Yes, in the context of marriage.
I should tell him everything?
We are married.
So everything?
So this is my house, this is my wife. What is so secret to you now?
No. What you don't know doesn't kill you.
Okay. No, what is so secret to you? They call it private part. That one, your husband have access to that part. So what again is private with you?
The things that you don't know, the things that you've not heard, mommy, it doesn't kill you.
Now, let me tell you something.
When you hear it, there'll be trouble.
Let me tell you something, Biane. There's a case I'm handling. She thought the husband would never know.
Yeah.
And never told him. Biane, because of social media, it will attack with some people.
Oh my God.
Not knowing, I mean, about a wife. Now, check Beko. Now, check your husband. Your wife, no me a child and a care. He linked the thing. Nibi kume nete no beku. And as we speak, the man is saying that so you were this, you never told me. We won't go on with the marriage again.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're going to divorce.
We are trying to let things be. Bona. So sometimes in marriage, some people don't agree with me. But if you love him, he's your husband, she's your wife. We are in it together. What if he
doesn't forgive you? It is 2 weeks to our wedding, and I tell you this, and you decide to go and tell Osafo, find out what you want to. Osafo, you think when I get another person and I bring the person to church, and we go through council, I'm going to tell the person that the next person.
That's like the levels of disclosure. So when we are dating, there are things we can disclose. When we are married, complete disclosure.
So you tell the person after the marriage? Or a week to the wedding?
You talk when you are going through psychological breakdown, issues, worrying, talk to a counselor in the premarital counseling. That's why there's an individual session.
There are individual sessions?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you open up to the counselor, everything. Then the counselor will know. Sometimes the counselor will work on you, then find ways of getting to the husband to be or wife to be.
Okay.
And now let's just say this. We were all sinners. We are all sinners. Mean what I say. The days we don't know, the Lord himself had forgiven us. You marry the person. Love covers a multitude of sins. She had gone to body count 1. Fine. But now you have all the body counts. What else you want? And you know this is a good material for you.
Some partners won't accept
that. That's what I'm saying, that if you are a Christian and you love the person, you close your eyes to. That is the person's past. What about those who are present currently and they are doing it? Which one is worse?
Okay.
Which one is worse? So please, if you love the person and the person has a bitter past, she or he has come out of it.
So let it go.
Let it go. And let go, and let grace abound. Because you too might have fallen somewhere. It's not only sex that we cheat. It's not only sex that we cheat on each other. Even your time. I always tell people, you have even smiled to somebody's husband. You haven't smiled to your husband. You have cheated on him.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
That's why Jesus the
moment you look at the person and say, you are cheated. So everybody has a past.
And now let me add to Nnamdi. It's not that there are some people also who how you carry yourself or presenting yourself may way that. But if you go and tell your part, this is who I am. I have lived like this before. Not maybe with giving details. Say, me, it's just grace. So the man knows that this woman have told me that I don't keke. Maybe are not with details, but generally you know. But me, I'm virgin. Oh, this is my first relationship. Now your body can't hide it. That one, you have caused deception. Sometimes I'm not a court.
Court.
Yes, because you fail to reveal very vital information.
And you presented yourself as holy.
An angel.
That is the problem.
Besides, angels don't marry. It is human beings who marry.
Asafo.
Yes.
And Asafomaame. Now, let's look at the fact that people decide to string us along. Now, how long should you date someone? So before I do, there's the getting to know stage, there's a relationship, there's a dating. Is it pre-courting and pro-courting? Hey. So all these stages. Where do we draw the line? How many years? Putting into consideration the age of the two partners.
Very good.
Yes.
So now, like Mama started by saying, maturity is dependent on the individuals involved. Many, one woman. If you have dated for 2 years, let me just chip this. If you have dated for 2 years, that is diploma in dating. If you have dated for 4 years, bachelor's in dating. 6 years, master's in dating. And then PhD in dating. I'm a pro PhD. Professor in dating.
Professor emeritus.
What dating? No,
after how many years will you know say nipa no worry?
Okay, so I have seen people who have dated who have gone out for 6 months and are married. I've seen people who have gone out for 1.5 years.
Successful.
6 months.
Married. Let me come. I've seen people who have also gone out for 4 years, married and divorced. The point I'm raising is that it depends on the maturity of the people involved.
Not the timing.
Not the timing at all.
So as counselors, you still agree to the fact that people have dated or known each other for 6 months, but they can go ahead.
For 6 months, there's what we call the social context. So for example, they are in the same church. They know themselves already. Before they like they are friends, everything. Then maybe now it's in Macedonia society, for example. There's a brother. So when we make the decision to go on with marriage, then that one you don't need to. We know all those
cousins can be so they are family friends or something. Okay.
So that one there's some foundation already to build on. But maybe in seshimba bon oyega yabeshia menim hwe fa ho afi na maybe sua sa na menyina maybe build. No be take time to have information.
No, as counselor, how many months have been
Still, I will not put month or
in the best we have 10 years.
No, 10 years.
10 years does one day.
We are going to settle around after 3 years. If the person
after 3 years.
No, maybe that is
ideally.
okay. If the person doesn't marry you, is wasting your time. He or she is wasting your time.
Hey.
What else do you want to know?
Before.
Over to all singles. If you are dating someone and the person has clocked 3 years, please.
But now sometimes also,
but genuine reason.
Distance relationship.
Distance relation
it's a whole issue by itself.
On not to approach also to say me cry, or to Kumasi, or not to Tamale. I know the dynamics need different. But say you know cry, you know quite sorry about we are Juma, Miss Me Juma, was a me steady no. Who's the dear book degree baby no person.
Degree okay, Mama. How long as a woman? Because when we say your clock, we always say the biological clock is ticking. You're not married. You are 30 and counting, and you have to get married. You have to give birth at a particular age, because I think after 35 there's a problem.
There's a problem.
And when you're 30, you've known this person since like 27, and you're 30 is 3 years. Maybe I'll be saying, say, we'll talk about it.
Move out.
Hey.
It's not your type.
But you wasted more than 3 years.
It's all right.
Where are you going to start from? Because the time is also going.
No, and why are you going to start from? The person you want to settle on, it's not pulling his weight. You're living. It's painful.
Yes, very hard.
But sometimes there's a better star shining somewhere. Don't close your eyes. Open your eyes and you see the brighter star. Is that a statement of
Uswara Jaya Unyaya Papa?
Oh, that is a different thing. That's the one there. You are already in there.
Okay. But this time you are not there.
You are not there yet.
So what's the guarantee that if I leave, I'm going to get a better one? What's the guarantee?
Life is about choices.
Okay.
So this one, you have seen the person and you have chosen that a person is not your type. You go. Next time, I'm sure the Lord is gracious. You will not be just knocking about my language, knocking about like that. The Lord will lead you to. And that reminds me, I always tell people, marriage is the greatest investment in life. We don't go, yes.
In life.
We don't go into marriage with prayers. Most of us will see the person and we start whatever. We don't take it to the Lord in prayer. Is this my man? Is this my woman? Is this bone of my bone? Can she compliment me? We just settle that the person, she's nice, it's what me a mobile phone, is this, and then we start doing our own thing. Let's start with prayer. And let the Lord talk to us. Let him direct us. So when we get to that point, he will help us. He will give us all the spiritual benediction to let the person stay on and let the marriage work.
Also, you are a spiritual person, and so you know this. Is there a man for every other woman? And how come people would miss the opportunity of having to settle with their right kind of man ordained by God?
It's here and here. There are some who are postulating one person who will come in your life who is the person you are to marry.
Yes.
I will not go with that argument. Yes, there can be.
There can be.
Yes. But I will not go with that because people grow, people mature, people get better. Like wine. We mature with the age.
Yeah.
What I will want to caution is that, especially our sisters and our friends, when we are in the bracket of maturity, ready for marriage, we should.
What's the bracket?
Oh, it's now also some will say even 22 to 38 days or
38.
No.
To
35
and those kind. But when you are like in your 20s, and people come, oh, we need some mempe, we need some mempe, oh, we need some mempe. We'll be doing mempe, in small. It's like the funnel theory, funnel. I the boom. At the base when we are young, if I air cost no not air sonny. There is a certain age. I met a woman recently who told me, "Sofo, but dear, this is 3 years ni. Ubim frame beside me process sister frozen." Onka sepo and chair, but then call number ubim friend hello, managing hopo. Now the onka like ubim can be chair.
Yes, right.
You get it. Nonetheless, like Mama said, with God all things are possible. And from age I already said. Another problem, let's say, statistics may tell us last year come the ages of women who are above 38 and 45, there are a lot of women in that bracket who are not married. And I said this last time to buttress the point that if you are married and maybe there are challenges in the marriage, don't consider divorce first. Consider solving the problem first. Because like Mama said, divorce is expensive. Already the numbers out there
are large.
And if you can meet a man in his 40s now who doesn't have issues, who have not been married before, who doesn't have children,
it's high.
Anybody who is just staying up to 40 years, up to 45 years, it's not possible. So you are leaving your marriage, for example. So the next person you will get might be somebody who has also been divorced. And research might tell us that most women who divorce end up either being side chick to divorce people.
Yes. Or even getting married and divorced.
Again.
So then the cycle is recycling.
Did you go or did you come?
So please, if you are in your early 20s, in your youthful age, and people come your way, pray, like Mama have said, and dia nyame be to akoma so e bia oni Benz untimi nto iPhone ma untimi nye niema na o papa kra ntimi nye ma no a wo pesa obi a ono ye national service ye ma no but wo hwe abrantie wo daache abrantie wo doerade abrantie wo hwe sane ne kasa wo hwe sane na dream potia the bi ne be yi nti mo a mo kase ai me na wa asori MYF boys dia me mpɛ youth boys asori boys me mpɛ mo nya sanse hunu no asori boys na mo mpɛ wo mo na mo hwe a omo a utwa me mpɛ no akofa bi aba na asori boys no so mo hwe fi
Cafe kwa Luca be am ka be pele am atwa away
kafa be sha we twa we abajubu.
Besides the messenger you see today, you can be the manager tomorrow. So go wale, build the person up, let the person achieve his dream, and you get to the highest level that you have been. Perfect. Waka have not so many specifications. This tall man, a man with this. The man who was 6% with Prado, they said no. Oh, fine. When they go to school, what about Benz? Besides the people there that you are looking at, if you know how they live, you will never envy them. Fine, stay in your small corner, brighten the corner where you are, live with your who you call your poor man, helping, sustaining, and God's blessing will make your marriage and relationship work. Besides, it's good to be poor sometimes. At least you have something to talk about. So it's a conversation.
Yeah.
How can this one be a good thing to do?
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
Hey,
Sometimes.
no, it's not good though.
Sometimes.
To sit at home and say that minister.
No, sometimes.
Hey,
Sometimes you start to plan again. Expectations.
Okay.
We've forgotten to mention expectations.
Yes,
the
I'm
expectations.
coming to that.
Okay, the expectations we take into marriage is what will make the marriage work or not. Sometimes we have so much unrealistic expectations.
Mommy, on that note, let me open the phone line so we'll come back to that. So you can also call in and add up your contribution or your comment to it at 02562534661. The question here is, what or should you consider before saying I do? What should you think about? What should be your list before you decide that, oh, see the baby I made do no, the date obi I could see 2 years, I could see 1 year. I want to take it to the next step. What have I considered in that 1 year? And so I have gotten to that conclusion that I want to settle down with the person. So if you also have your own things that you have listed, what you have considered or what you want to consider, you can share that with us. The counselors are here. They are going to walk you through it. And if there's any change or addition you need to add to it, you would also add up to it. So we're talking about expectations, Mama.
Unrealistic expectations. You are married today. You are expecting the next 5 years. You move from, maybe, I'm using my own example. I'm married from Jamestown. I was taken to Dansoma. Dansoma, it wasn't his house. It is his brother's house.
Ma, open the one that Isaac in the Cape Coast. Hello, good morning, Isaac.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, so for a free Cape Coast, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Mommy made a comment.
Okay.
That the ladies should be careful and then they should stop themselves being used. You see, the real issue is that the ladies these days, they are causing the problem. To me, guys, not because I'm a guy, but guys don't have problem like that.
I am here. You are talking about us. I'm here. I'm still here.
Yeah, sure. So, you see, the ladies, they request so much. And when you put so much burden on a guy, sometimes the guys also think that maybe if they are not careful, you are just shooting them, or maybe to end up dumping them. Meanwhile, you have already extorted so much from them.
Okay.
So, in effect, the person will also want to have something to do with you, so that in case you dump the person has also gotten a profit. So, for that matter, I think the ladies need to be well advised.
Okay.
And then our parents too need to bring them up very well, so that they will be independent and then not request so much from relationships.
Hey, Isaac, we should educate them. You didn't say we should educate the men.
What type of phone you use and those kind of things. You see, sometimes they have some kind of criteria they use to rate the guys.
Okay.
And I think it's a very big problem that our mothers really have to look at.
Isaac, will be a rated.
Oh, no, not really, but I have friends. So,
okay.
Now they call it demand and supply.
So what you're demanding, you also have to supply something in exchange.
That's not free lunch anyway.
Yes.
So that is why a lot of young guys. There's a brother I was talking here when I was in local. I came to Suffolk. Me can't hate fried rice and have change no more.
You pay.
I mean, when I was there, there were brothers in the area.
Okay.
So then come here, can be hate fried rice, much change no more.
Be an Indomie, no? Be an fried rice, no?
Is that how cheap now things have become? Indomie.
Oh. 20 cedis, 15 cedis.
Oh, you exchange something.
In the villages, part.
Oh, I don't know more.
Then. You're at home. So. I was talking about.
My friend, one I call a Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sister.
I'm volume from
maybe I be joining discussion in Kakra.
Okay.
Yeah, can't say yen share ubi and say na nyame pese me bisa ne obi timi me obi tina for about 6 years 10 years on it the 4 of Mary was sorry new and then I'm sorry you problem because you share other churches here say who for very much sorry no but even Methodist Presby and na man dwane fi asori ni mu me pese lecture church me Na yetumi hu kwan ebe fa so a yebe boa ye no. E wa so. Send ya niama be koso.
Okay, if I show you. So I think what she's trying to ask is the fact that you are staying, you are in the church, but you are not married, but you're staying with someone, you're cohabiting with someone.
Cohabitation is not marriage. Nti you are sorry motu akwatena bema so. What's ho? The aware for you nyina wo yenti no nware won. Me kra na wa betena me so. Wonu aduane ma me. Wo ye de jese wo ye.
You here now your man nti
why? Bibia nti ade na me ko ware me nya ne fo. But what I say. Nti de ye kan say man nware wo ansa watu akwatena ne so. Ebi wo ho a ye nuane mu bi tie free abrochire. Ebi wo ha abrochire nsem nti ebia krata asem ba bi obetena ene de keka ka ho. Nti aje eja ye kɔ no sa but de ye kan say awade ya awade na cohabitation so enya awade.
So for yeah, that's it. Gladys, good morning. Hello Gladys, good morning.
Morning.
Cape Coast for who to say.
Yam ebia here.
Pacho ye da nyame ase. Yen koso.
Me say me say ebia wo baby. Oni odi e date for ebia 1 year. No 1 year mu no. One ne ejai course ye on friend on be say na say otan friend on kasa me about 6 months. Now you are saying that you say or friend na. Maybe say no bet me aware no ana.
Hey Claire.
Clearly the person
just
let the person go.
Red flag. It's not interested.
Ke to boy kokko gbe TV. Ke o mi show
kokko so. No. Please. You shouldn't expect your daughter. Let your daughter move on.
Yes.
He has lost interest in her. The Lord will provide another suitor, better for her.
Amen. Amen. So for now, I can say because of approaching some, you have
to. Yeah, well, we be on friend approach worry. Okay. Boga marriage. Boga. You know, no, we go ha. Wako ni be beti. Oni be man eti wa approach. I would see and say ya. Yantia says no enya wade.
So for yenya call free baby. Michael, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Michael, good morning.
Yeah. Macho Yadamase, and I'm not praying to my dear movie. A shame crying pa. Now the American come on and say, Monyan Kita who be now coupon a pine chimo. Now, Mummy, no more Jim want to say, Mobile Warren Quadia. You know, there was a money problem, say, Mobile man Muntemono Kita who be a cost of asking transparency. And you can say, yet, then, so we can't. What's the mature no or not so can ask mature rather than being disappointed after you are married. Now I feel na over ye one dream say psychologically ubi you want being free or how nanka unim so wom. Se nipa ne do yi pa o ka wo ha na che na ansa na mo be warrior obeje atu asisi na dream and solutions are Mumbi no betimi aka bo ewo aware nene ye koso agina say e ma ye ma ye ho kwan say ma say mema e mo bia enyiye e ma ya kasa we don't have to allow ourselves to be rich of our glory in marriage because sex before marriage is still a curse. And I'm pleading with you. You must be a young and kind, a young and kind, a bum be my intimate conversation.
But Michael, is that my account one crime? We even said it in English and then I can't.
Interpretation. And I say,
so you realize that these days people are a bit skeptical about marriage because of the kind and the type of weddings that we always want. My person about sorry be but my name says sorry be honuma. You do the wedding according to your budget. It's a better with salary auji. Any the kind of income aside your salary ever, and you plan your wedding accordingly. The Methodist Church Ghana, can we go through that lane? Because I had to say, Obi Waka Bobu say no they are being wedding. Actually be wo nya obi na nipa ni niska. You can do a small wedding.
Nah. 𝗪𝗵𝘁.
Hello, Jackson. Good morning.
Good morning, Mama. Mpɔtɔ
Yami adomo now, sir.
Mpɔtɔ 𝗕𝗫 of Maame Adum Kwaba.
I am able to, sister.
Mama, mpɔtɔ apom today.
Pako Muswe.
Yami Adum. And some night the board and some papa. But all the baby sha. About time or so, I'll say it when you want Mokasa. On me say, I want Chirka Ocean. Lebanon Cafe Bibi Brampone, dear Ben who say, the mean pay on one future Grana. You know, pushing. Come, always go back. Come. It's a funny day. Abade, I mean, at the Boka will know, or the quiet anyway, come up Berman to Banning yet. But bad time I then say, Aqualana and the Dakin. It be a Boka or on Casa nature. Intimate someone, a young about time on Casapa, and I know one of one mamma, I want you are and Ban Kuma. No, that I mean, won't to me once now one I say, now I say ABC. But don't I see the
Yes, so yeah, that's it. So the wedding. I want us to talk about the wedding. Producer, please give us like 1 minute to talk about this.
The Dikai Methodist. They here are 2 witnesses. May I know 2 from your side, the man, 2 from the woman's side, according to our liturgy in the public open church. My wedding, your Wesley Cathedral, Minister of Penning, the Right Reverend Alfred and White.
Accra
Wesley Cathedral. Your wedding, Palladium. Your wedding, Pius Munu. Now it's a nipa better.
Oh, Madam for be catching me say, oh no, be engagement. Wa catching the mama and the papa nyina. We chimi penko 4-5. Mama chimi penko 4-5.
No problem.
MC no 2.
So within the
I 12.
The ba sorry.
So for me no be ban
14.
Or say the parcel be 15. Would you be bad na bro so? We be 7 nipa no.
They are married now. I can remember JC and the wife. I was there legally. Also for everybody.
Pius say
no, Bema ni soldier ni. Soldier for the bubble buy. Na now for 4 boys. Way. Omo po crown no e bia so buy. Nipa be 10 asa. Married. Enti also for it ya mama nko tu no. Na o say coffee le shepe abajebu.
O fe le shepe.
Abajebu.
Moko ye na e ku.
Abajebu. Wa ho odin betimi. That is the marriage, Christian marriage.
Thank you.
It is competition, no comparison.
Hello, Christina.
Christiana,
good morning. Hello, Christiana, good morning. Hello, Auntie Christy. Christiana, please call back again. 0256253461. 0256253461. I'm saying, where did you I did the same man.
Mamfa wing. What that? What liturgy? Obian Shawaga. So you be
2-2, and the couple and the minister has 7. 2 witnesses.
Because I said, I'm saying, no, people are trying to shy away from the church when no more kokota, most of which a picture net that's social media movie on my phone. So for you know Samuel Fita crying. Hello Samuel, good morning. Hello Samuel.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Nyaminado.
Yo, yeah, the rather say. What program now? No pay me tip. Na I am the some pandemic contribute.
Okay.
But I'm a pandemic there. What is wrong with what is wrong with marrying 2 or 3 in Christianity? Because may read the Bible for his time. I've gone to Bible schools, but all the great men in the Bible, nobody ever married one.
Okay.
But this thing, it has become a contention where most women don't want to allow men to marry 2. But so how are we balancing?
Can a woman also marry 2 men?
Samuel, hold on. Mami bisa wasem.
So why is it that the women are so strong and these days even send the marriage thing to court whereby it's 1:1, but the 2 Muslims they know they say we are on to for instance, if he has gone through some kind of operations, he has some medical stuff that he can support you in one way or the other. So you want our young people, for them be there, what is wrong with getting married to
what?
women.
Great.
Because
Okay.
besides the on where it being because the king
we cannot marry two, but you can marry two.
The two of them, the children that they
Okay.
they can belong
Okay.
to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Inti, my worry two, but who they bet me worry 2, 3. Sammy, this one, dear. Don't even start that conversation because start that conversation we will go through. We won't like it. Don't start it. I said why you did. Why you shocked?
No. It's an argument going on, especially Sabrofono the LGBTQ argument, but there are some theologians.
So, unya kadi one become mouth.
Me personally,
one
one
nana. Was small half.
What no for me?
What can you call me? Okay, one more jam. Okay, half a beer.
I don't think
But this guy is brave. But you as a man, you want to marry two. Okay, so the women.
That is what it
okay, it's a man is to do in the man is about 2. Anyway.
No, talking about the wedding, there's something weddings. It doesn't help anybody.
No,
it doesn't help anybody.
You see, whether or not you cook from today to next year to sponsor your wedding, to put the food down for a whole year, so that you'll be able to get exhausted. Someone won't even get the food. Sammy, good morning. No for every girl, so. Hello, Sammy.
Hello, good morning.
Unya car eba cry now the plantain e guma mami why? You Mate. Yanko so.
Okay. Well, the chance of for the why is that top?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Madam for be a can say on it not on our baby necessary. Na or cycle for your ban. Of course, now genotypes no match. It doesn't allow them to 4 years to 5 years. And also, or Jao Bana, and I say, obeying the which mommy can crank come in the budget.
I think last
week,
2 weeks,
2 weeks
we talked about that.
The same thing, yes.
Please. 𝗪𝗵𝘁, hello. Now, how are you? I'm AS. Are you AS? Yeah, I'm here. That's the beginning. But MPP, no. And soon, genotype AS, the banner, a say love, no. As much as it depends on you, so be timid, but when you mean some, who couple beer, I was in a programmer. I'm AS, I'm money in AA. Probability.
So for there's a medical course
until
no, it is not. It's go through and they have given birth to AS children and AA. It was scar. You can go through that procedure, but now but your catcher Asafomaame because you knew and you still went ahead with it. If you have the money, it is okay. You can go to that medical procedure.
And the procedure
is okay for you.
It's now at the early stage of research.
Yes.
Let's get to that we can be sure. But as much as it depends on you, when will be a omawo SSR bofra, you will understand.
So I interviewed a woman some 2-3 years back on television, and she's an ASS patient. And she has suffered. She was around 41. She was turning 42 a month to her birthday. She had a crisis and she passed on. I was supposed to have an interview with her on the Friday, and she died on the Wednesday.
Oh my God!
And this woman will come to this. She couldn't even walk. Her hip bone, area, the porcelain, at one side. She was waiting for the next one in Dubai, and she had a crisis and she died after. And see, why would you put your child through this? 40 something years, and she was suffering all her life. But only saying if you are passing through this, a bit afraid doctors, a bit more withdraw. Although say you go to it, but a bit less.
How many people can afford that? How many people can afford that?
The 4 years, no, they can still talk about it. Minimum as we are handling the case, the lady says let us not go on. The guy is saying that whether AS or OS, let's go on. We will not give birth.
Hey.
Okay.
Now that's one of them,
Adoption.
Well. So a sibling be a waiting donating his sperm so with me and then what was it? But before
it goes
that,
with the cost.
Because you allow your sibling to have an affair with your wife. It's a artificial insemination. IVF. Any boy into this car. Just wash your hands. Clean it fine. Say bye-bye and go your way.
When the person can, I mean some about AS. Hello,
so for me to ask you, it's one of the first questions I'll ask you. I know I have known my genotype as far as I was around 8 years.
8 years, okay.
Because mine started when I was a baby. So my mother knew. So my mother told me. Okay. So I had that information before. So anytime any man who me put say me power down for cry, maybe some pacho sickling group here then. No, genotype na amunti ase pacho sickling group. Groupings, yeah. Nti unim groupings na pacho enne uko any of the labs is less expensive. I don't think it will even get to 200 cedis. You can get it done and no. Hello, good morning, Abeku.
Good morning, Miss Na.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Nyame adomo.
Miss Na, I'm saying question about could be or be decided say.
Okay.
You bet me I will you know I'm someone sound. Because it looks as if say Baba couldn't mean solve who problem means.
You almost supporting the person.
We have bet back who come on. Or financial.
But I'm busy assemble. Omutu no met na fear back umana.
Oh, and the sense is hostel.
But okay say yeah Christopher Anna. Yeah, we are not. No, this is not to say anything bad against Muslims, but we are not Muslims. We are Christians.
Okay, but when I come to the second issue, so and the second issue is the red flags. It looks like sometimes if you are on man, it means because China it minimum. Let me give you a typical example. Obu honoma beginning okay. Subani ebedu baby na wasesa. That is when you say, if you're a good person, but Subani to be na one. Ebedu baby me offer bia the story needs to die, but Obu baby no. Na why fine man pan and the wife testify the beginning when it was that, but later I mean say for instance, maybe one. Obi o ma sorry me. Me better this me. Obi o ma sorry me catch the wife say me mfata.
Hey. Sir?
Yes. Enti
by na wa no.
In fact, e ka kire bi man ka wa na mba so.
Okay. And na just more
sorry pini. E ka sorry pini. It's not property no preach.
No ka sa sem ni kire no.
On fata me mfata.
Hey. Osofo.
Okay, that's 2 years later. And Obi Kacha said, hey, and I bet when I say, oh, to me, worry.
And I worry.
And I my Baba were fine. And I won't mommy. I
beg you too.
I beg worry how many years ni? I beg worry how many years ni?
I worry 8 years ni.
Hey.
2 girls.
Congratulations.
A boy.
Congratulations.
Okay. Okay.
Our problem crying. Yes, we a problem.
That's all.
That's why a certain penny to tell my wife because
okay.
Forgive that sorry pain.
When talk to my counselor or issue. Papa tell me why. And I'm aware so we are double-minded. Whether to continue or not to continue. As long as seriously to continue, sometimes the way they counsel people, but where a member our to but for leadership, leader the church to go that path.
That's not a counselor. Not everybody's a counselor. Not everybody's a counselor.
But people are telling them People are telling them things. So we are yesterday. I mean, a friend of big. We come as a pimping. You are massive.
Papa Abe, that's it. Papa Abe, that's it. Papa no cancer. Forgive him. It's been 8 years, and you guys are still enjoying the blissful marriage. Into Jano, why? Ebi ane eni ya. Into Fanisa. So hey, yes, it penny po was no cancer.
Oh, like Sunday the chassis. Nipenin. Like we use wine, people get better
with age.
And now I think so. The here said here, and say ubia wo or no individual perspective. And to the open mempe. The meso me pen ebia mempe. The ebia mimi hu ofa me hu say alfa gina camera echi. Alfa hu na sane ebia na me wofa bi na pempe mapa na oska. Ti me hu na oska me perception.
So me director na one kasa no.
Ti me de madwen fo bi aba. Won so wo wofa bi a hu na pempe mapa ono na ntirimuden. Ti me share say obi na pempe mapa ni ntirimuden.
Nipa no bi a friend ndi e me
how ma de ma broken heart no so aga no. Ti no bia na ni din yes a obema broken heart. Perception of sorry penny and now suffer and now be counseling you counseling now wow woman no fa ho. So you make the choice. That is counseling. Nobody determines for you
what to do.
So before I say I do and I take that step to that place now, one has to do with the way we carry ourselves. Now carrying yourself, there will be who will say, hey, na girl
life.
In the next 30 seconds, before we wrap up, tell us something. Maybe I mean, appearance can be very deceptive.
Yeah.
Me who nipa wa shepe na ngaze nipa we say.
Oh, Mat277. Girls no code M77 for the year 2024. M777.
Okay.
Ask and it shall be given. Who say I shepe kra no a. Say what bia bisa. Be bold. Come forward. After all, you never lose. And now I say Mat277 or say M77. Ask. Intina ubi ha. Mumbisa.
Yeah, that was how say far we in Never manifesto ni.
And too many.
Check. And yen so across now. Okay.
By September
Amen.
Now you may kiss the groom.
So mayors house of opinion.
Hey, you may hug.
Papa or what's true or back into yes and out to me because you be say free. Oh, in the next 30 seconds.
We all intend to marry. Most of us intend to marry. But if you are going to marry, be prepared psychologically, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, and of course, marry according to your budgets. Don't look at Miss Nelson, don't look at Mami Osofo. You don't know their source of wealth. It is the Lord, the relatives of God that make us rich. It's not the flamboyant marriage that you do. That will, people will come. Today they talk about you, tomorrow they talk about another thing. So please don't do anything to please anybody. Do everything to please yourself and your God. Thank you and have a happy marriage.
15 and yet Mami and you couldn't come and met the sofa. I'm not Yami farm so my met the sofa. I'm not candidate, let it say no Yamim.
It's not castle, ma'am.
Nipuno, the very Reverend Isaac Sape Akushie. And Mama Julie Drew. Don't mind the body. People's lover. That is good also.
Mama, you can't grief therapist. Then now we.
Oh, so be any loss of item, of person, of job, of whatever. We help the person go through it because it's not an easy thing. Okay. You have this watch, today you lose it. Somebody will have to help you to understand that after all, it is temporary and it is gone. There are better things that you can use than this one. So grief therapy is to help you manage your sorrow. Wow. And the simplest thing I would say is smile. S-M-I-L-E. Smile. S is there. Sadness, sorrow. If you smile, you throw it away. The Lord is in control.
Okay, so that has been an interesting discussion here, and you heard from the Very Reverend Abraham, Dr. A. No, let me start again. The Very Reverend Dr. Abraham Boateng, who is a lecturer at the Trinity Theological Seminary, and he heard from Asafomaame Juliana Akushie, who is a licensed family life counselor and grief therapist. She's indicated to us what grief therapists do. And so if you are going through something, you can recommend her. If you call us, we'll even give you her contact. So do well to call us. Our numbers are always on your screens, every time, every day. So we discussed also, and the topic for today was, should you go through something? I mean, in terms of marriage, what should be the list that you should go through? It has been interesting, but we'll repeat this later in the day, and you also get to enjoy that. We'll be back after this.